Hello, Marcus Lim here with Superman and Lois Lane, the 25th wedding anniversary. So this is the deluxe edition. 25 years, that's like a quarter century. Wow, 25 years. 1996, right? Wedding of the century, they called it at the time, right? Between, one of fiction's most famous couples ever, Superman and Lois Lane. So this one, I've managed to actually dig out all of the issues, which I'll show you a bit later. But here's exactly what it contains. You can see it's got the landmark Superman, the wedding album, as well as 3 other issues, Superman 118, and then the 3 honeymoon issues, right? So these are the ones that it's referring to. You can see that I've managed to dig it out here. Superman, the wedding album, right? And then the lead up to it, which is Superman 118. And then the 3 honeymoon issues, Avengers of Superman or Superboy 541. And then Superman Action Comics 728. And Superman Man of Steel, right, number 63. You can see they've got these triangle ones, thingies. Back at the time, they were all the Superman titles were connected, right? Alright, so let's actually open this up now. And one thing I wanted to point out is that when this wedding, in the comic books, right, they actually wanted the wedding to happen a bit earlier, but because of this Lois and Clark TV show, they wanted to time it so that the wedding in the comics happens at the same time as in the TV show, and that's why they had to delay it. Anyway, that's just an interesting piece of trivia. Let me remove the jacket. Okay, and you can see we've got a very cool looking wraparound with Superman and Lois. Okay, I think it's a piece by Ryan Sook, published I think back in 2016, I think. Alright, so let's have a look at the contents. Okay, so yeah, so here's the contents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 issues that I showed you, starting from the heart, which is this one, right? As you can see, from the heart, Superman 118. So this is the lead up to the actual wedding issue, and this is pretty much just I don't know, from the heart, right? As the title suggests, it's about a little bit of soul searching, I think, of Lois kind of like trying to work out whether she really wants to marry Superman or not. And that's why she's going on this sort of like a soul searching track. And you can see at the end she realizes that yes, she's made her decision to marry Superman, and that's where we get the actual wedding album, which is this one over here. Alright, I'll actually take this out as well, because I wanted to show you like there's a very cool wraparound at the very end of the issue. But let's take a look. One thing that you notice is it's like a who's who of like Superman artists and writers, past, present, future at the time, right? They're all getting together for this landmark historic event. Alright, and for the actual story itself, I guess it's your standard, like lead up to any wedding, which has like bridal showers, it's got bachelor parties. One thing that's interesting is that at this time, right, when this issue first came out, Superman he's actually lost his powers, like after the events of Final Night. And so yeah, so that's interesting to note that when they got married, he didn't actually have his powers. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the bridal shower. Okay. And then obviously the boys have their bachelor party and stuff. But along the way, obviously, stuff happens because this is Superman, right? Maxima shows up. Oh yeah, so here's the boys doing their bachelor party, and obviously doesn't go as well as planned. The girls having their bridal shower. We've got an appearance from Batman himself, right? Pretty cool, as well as other, heroes as well. So then, and also, yeah, brief appearance from Lex himself as well. And then we get to the actual wedding, right? So gorgeous. I think that's Dan Jurgens' drawing. Okay. Yeah. And I'm very impressed by this because they actually got the vowels right. It's I will, not I do. Future tense, not present. Okay. So very nicely done. And this, obviously, this wraparound is straight from the original issue here, which I have, which also wraps around like that. See? And so they've kept it in this hardcover as well. So there you go. And obviously this is a Superman artists are like sort of like guests on the pews, right? You've got Paul Levitz, Dan Jurgens, Louis Simonson. I think in the extras he actually tells us exactly every single person here. But this is very cool, right? It's a landmark, historic moment for Superman. And yeah, and then we get the honeymoon issues. And obviously, these honeymoons never go as planned because this is a Superman comic after all. There's some kind of kidnapping. Clark himself gets kidnapped. Remember, he doesn't have his powers yet, right? And so I guess it's a way to show how kick-ass Lois is. Because she's the one who saves the day. Just to prove to us that, who's really the boss, right? In this relationship. There you go. Alright, so extras wise, we've got there's an essay which was originally done 1996, right? Pretty old now. Behind the scenes stuff, right? This one, not sure if it's been published before, but yeah. So here's the pencils and the finish ink pages of the actual wedding itself, right? And there you go. Interestingly, it's used like cross, but then they changed it to a stained glass in the final version. See, cross. Anyway, here, yeah, if you look closely enough, it does point out who's who. Paul Levitz, Dan Jurgens, Roger Stern, Jerry Ordway, yeah. So all with the real life DC Comics faces. And you can see the actual wedding issue with all the signatures from all the artists, right? And writers, and yeah, everyone involved. Ryan Sook. So this is the image published in 2016. This one here. For DC Comics Presents. And Happily Ever After. So there you go. The Superman and Lois, the wedding album. This is pretty much the story that paved the way for Superman later on with a kid, right? And we get the Superman and Lois TV show right now. Yeah, so if you want to know where all this started from, it's right here. And yeah, 25 years ago already, right? So yeah, so that's it. Superman and Lois Lane, the 25th wedding anniversary deluxe edition. do check it out if you're a Superman fan. This is definitely, and if you don't already own the single issues, right? So highly recommended. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.